In this video, we're looking at Article 7 of the Constitution, on officers. Section 1 states that the biblical offices in the church are elders and deacons, and then goes on to say that for the purposes of the nonprofit corporation laws of the state of Texas, the elders shall serve as the board of directors for the corporation. Section 2 describes the office of elder. The first paragraph stipulates that the elders should be comprised of no less than 3 men. We believe in a plurality of elders, and while this could be satisfied with 2 elders, in the words of Ecclesiastes, a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Additionally, nonprofit experts agree that a minimum of 3 directors is a best practice because it allows for deliberation on matters of governance and more diversity of thinking. It should be noted that this requirement of a minimum of 3 elders doesn't overrule the requirement that the man be biblically qualified. Next, the Constitution addresses term limits for elders. It says that non-staff elders will be nominated to 3-year terms, and pending affirmation by the congregation, may serve 2 consecutive 3-year terms before being required to take a sabbatical year. This provision helps to prevent burnout among lay elders who serve the church while providing for their families through other secular employment. Next, the congregation addresses issues of dismissal of elders. In case an elder needs to be dismissed, this can be accomplished by a 2/3 vote of the congregation, provided that the biblical processes established in Matthew 18 and 1 Timothy 5 have been followed. The Constitution states that the elder's job is to oversee the ministry and resources of the church, and to devote their time to prayer, the ministry of the word, and shepherding God's flock. The last few paragraphs detail the elder's responsibilities. Here are some of the highlights. Elders are responsible for examining prospective members and examining and overseeing nominations of officers. They're to conduct worship services and administer the ordinances. They're equip the members for the work of the ministry. They're to oversee the process of church discipline. They oversee and evaluate staff members. They propose an annual budget, and they are to appoint a moderator from among their number for members' meetings. This article on elders is a great example of how the Constitution has to combine faithfulness to God's Word with practical wisdom. The qualifications and role of elders are clear in the Bible, yet the practical aspects of recognizing elders requires wise application of biblical principles. Section 3 addresses the other biblical office, the office of deacon. It says that members who are giving of themselves in the service to the church and who possess particular gifts of service shall be nominated to serve as deacons. Like elders, the same 3-year term applies, with a sabbatical required every 7th year. And just as it did with elders, the Constitution appeals to the biblical qualifications and descriptions of deacons, in this case found in 1 Timothy 3 and Acts 6. The Constitution says that deacons shall be nominated by the elders and affirmed by the congregation. Next, we move on to the deacon's job description. The Constitution says that deacons are to care for the temporal needs of members, they're to attend to the accommodations for corporate worship, and they're to coordinate with and support others in their service and administration in the church. The rest of this article describes 2 offices that aren't found in the Bible but serve practical purposes in the church. Section 4 describes the office of secretary. This doesn't refer to someone who answers the phones, but to someone who keeps official church records, like meeting minutes and attendance and membership rolls. This role is also essential for compliance with the nonprofit corporation laws of the state of Texas. The secretary shall be nominated by the elders and elected by the congregation to serve a 1-year term. Section 5 describes the office of treasurer. This person, who cannot be an elder or staff member, keeps financial records and is responsible for making sure the church finances are handled in a secure way. They will provide financial reports to the church and the elders and make sure that adequate controls are implemented to guarantee that church money is handled properly. Again, this position is nominated by the elders and elected by the congregation to serve a 1-year term. The section on officers is worth reading through carefully. In addition to helping you understand how our church will function, it provides an excellent summary of the role of elders and deacons. If you want to know some of the practical ways to pray for your leaders, pray through the paragraphs that describe the job descriptions for elders and deacons. Please keep your questions coming and stay tuned for the next video where we'll look at how officers are elected.